Hello and welcome back to CCSP certified channel. I'm going to cover today one more important topic, that is audit in cloud. So if you are new to my channel, I would like to inform that I have already covered three topics prior to this. First one was encryption, second one was identity access management, third one was important cloud characteristics. In topic 4 also I have delivered 10 lectures, that is risk in the cloud. So total over 40 lectures are live now. You can go through them if you are looking for the CCSP exam preparation. I have already covered over 60% syllabus of the exam with these 40 lectures. My focus in this video series is to cover high probability exam topics. Also explain the difficult exam concept, because soundness of concept is very important to clear any of the ISC square exam, especially CCSP. Also I cover questions from various sources, and the most important source is my exam candidates feedback, their memory based collection of the questions, because I conduct the batches also. Same way I refer the CCSP question bank and the sample question banks to collect the questions, and I add this in these video lectures. Also I like to the point discussion because time is limited. I will try to use my 14 years of industry experience, CCSP learnings, and other cloud certification knowledge to make things simple and easy for you. My goal is to help you get further faster in your CCSP exam certification. So many questions asked to me whether this video series is sufficient. So yes, this YouTube study is free and sufficient. But if you want comprehensive study, you may join any regular batches and or can purchase the self-paced classroom recordings also. So the next page I'm starting from 8 August onward. That will be around 25 classes. I cover whole syllabus. So it may go till 20th of September. So it will be 4 days a week from 8 a.m. to 9:15 a.m. IST. As it is for working professional, I keep these 4 days flexible based on the consent. Normally it is from Tuesday to Wednesday, Tuesday to Friday, the 4 days. Also I provide the classroom recordings in case you miss any of the lecture. And so far I have a 100% success ratio. You can refer my LinkedIn page feedbacks. I will share my LinkedIn post also, LinkedIn URL also in this post description. So if interested, you can write me at the ccsp-certified@gmail.com or WhatsApp me on this number +91 837 008 1064. So before we jump to the topic of the day, I quickly discuss the peace of mind activities. So this is a very important activities conducted by ISC Square, and this is promotional activities. According to this, if you purchase a voucher in this duration, like here, if you purchase by 31st of August, you get a free attempt, second free attempt in case you're not able to qualify in the first attempt. So you can write first attempt in the 30th of September. In case you still need a second attempt, you can go with the second attempt freely by 15 November. So advantage of this, that you go in exam with a free mind, and majority time you clear exam in the first attempt only. Same way I did, in my students has already qualified. Still, if you need second attempt, you have a fair idea of the exam pattern and your mistakes, and you can go with the second attempts. CCSP sometimes charge extra fees for this, like this time they are charging $199. Sometimes they give the two free attempt with the same fees, that is $599. So depending on the promotional offer you can avail. Right now the offer is $599 plus $199 to get buy one get one offer from this ISC Square. Now we come to the topic of the day, that is risk in the cloud, and especially the audit in the cloud. So we have already seen that cloud has several benefits like scalability, flexibility, cost effectiveness. However, the organization need to be aware about the risk in the cloud, because if you don't implement the appropriate security controls, that boon can become curse also. So we have seen the most important risk like virtualization, data risk, vendor specific risk, privileges related risk, and the audit and compliance risk was the last. We already have covered three topics part of this: forensics, e-discovery, and audit. So audit is the last topic, and we'll have a couple of lectures on the audit. We'll cover that audit in detail. You can expect around 3 to 4 questions from this topic in exam. So what we'll cover, what is audit process, what are the challenges of the audit, and what is the evolution of the audit reporting mechanisms. So first, what is audit? So normally a audit is a official examination of the present state of something, whether it is financial or the effectiveness of the controls or any standard like PCI DSS, ISO or NISTs. If we officially examine the present state of something, that is known as audit. And what is a cloud audit? So cloud audit is more comprehensive and systematic assessment process of the cloud services to verify whether they adhere to the industry standards, security protocols, and best practices. So cloud has a process, and I just like to inform that any image I will use in this video is for the educational purpose. Will claim no copyright for those images. So mainly audit has a four process. Step one is planning step where we document and define the scope of the audit and the objective of the audit, because we cannot do audit of the whole system. We define some objective like financial audit or ISO audit or NIST audit or audit against some controls. We define some scope first and objective first. Then we address the concern and risk associated with this. We define the audit output formats, what format the output will be accepted from this audit. Also, we define the auditors and their qualifications, what type of auditors needed to conduct the audit. And then we identify the scope and the restrictions that beyond this will not, like in production environment, we will not do audit beyond a working like in working hours. So we decide that this is the limit of our audit. Same way we do some field work, like we conduct general controls, walk through the risk assessment, we interview the key stakeholders process, yes, and we conduct the audited task works. Most important is reporting. Post that we the auditors report the findings. They conduct meeting with the management to discuss the findings, and those findings are very important. Based on this, the management takes the action whether we are compliant or not. Then they discuss the recommendations for improvements also, remediations also, and they allow for the department response to the findings, that why there is a gap, why there is a mismatch from the standard. And there is the last steps. Normally it does not happen at the time of audit. The follow-ups, like additional inquiries or testing, could be performed to ensure the compliance to the recommendations. And the lesson learned in this audit process, there are the follow-up steps. There are some challenges in the conducting this audit in the cloud, because the audit process we have seen, it is not easy and straightforward in the cloud, because cloud of infrastructure is often located at the housing facilities, which is a dependency at the vendor. So issue at the facility can impact the cloud infrastructure. Individual tenant may not be in position to physically inspect and audit the data center until unless it is part of the contract. Same time, the some organizations adopt some certifications like PCI DSS, GDPR, HIPAA, ISO, NIST to meet their industry requirements, and also to give the competitive edge to their products or certification or their services. In that case, they reach the cloud, they might not able to match get the same result or same expectation from the cloud, and their investment may be put at risk. Because of this, if CSP cannot provide the evidence of their own compliance to the related requirements, or if CSP does not provide audit by the cloud consumers. So there are situations that auditors, if it is not part of your clause, and if it is public cloud, or CSP denied to provide you the data about the HIPAA, GDPR, some reporting mandatory. GDPR has a mandatory reporting of 72 hours. If CSP don't provide this, we have seen this forensic and e-discovery just previous to this video lectures, that CSP may not provide the evidence requires for the e-discovery notice, and then ultimate responsibility lies with the cloud customers. Cloud customer is liable to the court. They get fined or they get blocked, and their services get hampered if they don't provide this audit data or the evidence data, and CSP is not responsible directly. So definitely it is a challenge how you decide and how to mitigate. We already have seen the contract play a very important role, and despite these challenges, cloud audit remains essential for establishing trust between the cloud providers and client, mitigating risk, ensuring the confidentiality, integrity, and availability (CIAs) of the critical data and the services in the cloud. So over the time, there are different mechanisms evolved to do the audit, and the most important is the SASE. So SASE is a statement on standard for attestation engagements, and that is being conducted by APCA, American Institute of Certified Public Accountants. So it's started from SAS 17, then SAS 16 came. It has a SOC 1, SOC 2, SOC 3, and recently SAS 18 is going on. So we'll discuss this in more detail because CCSP asked 2 to 3 questions from this reporting only. SOC 1, SOC 2, SOC 3. It is a type 1, type 2 also. So in the next lecture, we'll go in detail in this reporting mechanism. So this is the way we decide whether the cloud is a better partner for us or not. We have we cannot do direct audit, but we can check their SOC 1 report, SOC 2 report, SOC 3 report to understand their financial reporting, their 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 process for availability, integrity, and confidentiality preservations, and their public distribution reports. So we will look into this. We'll go in deep dive in the next lecture, but with this in this lecture we'll cover this much only, and we'll see the type of the questions may come from this topic in exam. The first one: which of the following is not a primary objective of an audit in the cloud computing environment? So I informed before also, the good part in the exam is if there is a negative questions, they underline that, bold that phase, so you don't miss that one. So what is not a primary objective? It can be a secondary objective, but not a primary objective of the audit in the cloud. So first option is assessing compliance with the industry standard and regulation. That's correct. We have already seen that we want to ensure that our products and services are matching with the industry standards or not. Identify potential security risk. Definitely, we want to identify potential security risk and vulnerabilities. We evaluate the performance of the cloud service provider. Definitely, this is also correct. And ensuring the seamless migration of data to the cloud. This is not a primary objective, or this is not an objective at all to the cloud service. So the answer will be option D of the first question. The next one: what type of assessment would best demonstrate an organization's compliance with PCI DSS, the payment card industry data security standard? So PCI DSS is for the uh, card companies. It is a standard that is not a governed by any government. It is industry leading partners came together and came with the solution of the integrity, confidentiality, and the availability of these payment systems, especially credit card and debit card informations. So we'll cover this all this standard in topic 5. But here, what could be the best assessment to demonstrate that organization is compliant with the PCI DSS? So we have seen this, the audit is a purpose. Audit is against the any standard, any compliance, any regulatory authority we are compliant or not. So audit is a way to identify the gaps between the process that we have implemented. Which of the following action is not part of defining the objective of an audit? So which is not a uh, objective of the audit? So define the audit output format. We have seen that in the planning phase, it is the if we define the audit output, define the frequency and tool to be used. We have seen this also. Define the processes from the lesson learned, and the define number of auditors involved. So we have seen the number of auditors involved, their qualifications, tools they will use in the output format. And we have seen the lesson learned is not directly part of this one. This is the output, a feedback option after the reporting has done. So option C will be the not a defined objective of the audit. During a cloud audit, a security team identify a misconfiguration in the cloud provider's access control settings, leading to unauthorized access to the sensitive data. What phase of audit process is this most likely to occur? In which phase will identify this audit process mismatch of the data? Then is it a planning preparation? It is a data collection. It is a reporting, or is a follow-up? So it is data collection and analysis. Definitely we can identify these misconfigurations. We have seen the planning is just to identify the output, define the tools, define the auditors. Reporting is to give the what is the lesson learned, what is the results, but the outcomes analysis is this audit process This settings findings is part of the data collection and the analysis phase. The last question, Ben recently received a letter from his company's internal auditor scheduling the kickoff meetings for an assessment of his groups. Which of the following should Ben not expect to learn during the meeting? So you will see not underlined in the exam, but I haven't done it in every question. Which of the following should Ben should not expect during the meeting? In this meeting, what Ben will not able to expect to get it? Whether the scope of the audit, definitely what will be the scope of the audit? What is the purpose of the audit? What is the expected time frame till the audit will happen? What is the expected findings? So we have seen that expected findings, the reporting or the outcomes, it is not the part of the audit process. The answer will be D. So you can expect a one or maximum two questions from the audit background, but from SAIC 16, SOC 1, SOC 2, SOC 3, at least couple of questions you will see in the exam. So next lecture is also very important. So if you found this video series informative, please like my channel, subscribe my channel. Thank you for watching this. Have a good day.